Hello Virgo, my name is Jason. Thank you for visiting my channel. Extra thanks if you're revisiting my channel. This is your general tarot reading for January 2019. It's a general reading, so it could be about love, career, any questions at the forefront of your mind. You'll know in the first couple of minutes if this is resonating for you. If it's not resonating, please check out your moon and rising signs. I'm pretty sure one of those will reflect fairly closely what's going on in your life. Okay, Virgo, you go into the January, into the new year with the Nine of Pentacles. What a fantastic card to have. So this is a sense of independence that you have here. So you've been putting some work in and now you're feeling pretty confident that you can stand alone in the universe. This year is going to be a big one for you, and you're taking the idea that you can take it. You are totally capable of handling whatever comes to you in this year coming. Okay, you've got everything in the right spot for you, and you're in control of you and yourself. Okay, what's crossing you? You have Justice. So there could be some legal issues happening. So contracts or something to do with courts or lawyers, things like that. That could be coming up this month for you in January, maybe a bit beyond, I'm feeling. Okay, your conscious goal. Your conscious goal, you have the Queen of Wands, okay? So perhaps there's a Sagittarius in your midst, a Sagittarian female, and you have some issue with her. Perhaps you're trying to woo her if you're a male, or someone with this energy is in your environment somehow, and you're trying to maybe develop some kind of a relationship with this person for some reason. We'll try and clarify some of this. Okay, your unknown influence, you have the Tower. Okay, so something's coming down, something, the universe, perhaps you've had no control over this really, the universe has decided that something has to come down. So it's a situation that couldn't continue the way it was. Perhaps there was too much stop-start, and there was maybe some toxicity there somewhere, and the universe has decided that it's going to intervene and cause this Tower moment. So anything that's not built on a strong foundation is going to come down, and it could be something about work, could be something in the home. We don't know yet. We'll try and clarify that. It could be a bit of both, something mixed together. Okay, in your recent past, you have the Eight of Pentacles. So there's been a lot of work going on. I think it's whatever's been going on here. There's a lot of work gone into something, whether it's a relationship or whether it's building a home or a family or something. And it may have got a bit tedious because just one after another building this thing, working on this job, whatever it is, and there's been some like fine detail in there as well, I'm seeing. But perhaps you see the skull on the table there. I'm just wondering if that's a sign that maybe what you've been working on is a bit dead. Okay, and you've realised that somehow. Your future influence. You have the Queen of Swords. Okay, so a straight-talking female energy. If this is yours, then you will be approaching something with a no-nonsense attitude. You will be able to keep emotion out of it. You're going to be able to say things like it is or like they are. And if it's not you, then it will be someone who will be bringing you this message, saying something straight like it is, without too much emotion. Might seem a bit cold when you get it, and you might be taken aback by that coldness, but the essence of the message will be there. Okay, the talents which you're bringing in, your skills and what you are bringing into the month, you have the Ten of Cups. So you have abundance here. There's a good sense of abundance. There's a good sense of family here, a sense of togetherness, and that seems to be what you're good at. So you are good at creating this this environment. You are arches usually represent happiness and success, and you are excellent at creating this, Virgo, and it says that right here in your talents. That's what you're bringing into the month of January, that is one of your strong points. Okay, in your environment, you have the Ten of Swords. Okay, so your relationship with the rest of the world, someone in your environment may have said something which was quite harsh, or there was a sense of betrayal, or there has been a betrayal of some kind, whether it's you're feeling that from a partner or from a significant other or from a business partner perhaps, or someone said something very cutting. And the good thing about this card is that it's been done and there are no more swords to go in, or if it happens, once it happens, it should be over. It will indicate the end of a cycle somehow. So with the Ten of Swords, sense of betrayal, harsh words, but it's the end of a cycle and a chance to start again. Okay. Now, hopes and fears. Hopes and fears, you have the shadow side. Sorry about that. My eyesight's not the best. This is the equivalent of the Devil card. Okay. Now, because this is in your hopes and fears, you're a bit worried about some kind of codependence, or perhaps even losing some kind of partnership. I'm saying perhaps you're involved with someone and there's a little too much relying on each other either for one of you or for both of you. So one of you is feeling a little cramped and wants to spread their wings. Now, this is just a fear, remember, but you did start your reading with the Nine of Pentacles, which talks about independence. And the shadow side card here talks about codependence and toxicity and addictions. So perhaps there's some of that going on. We'll clarify these anyway and see how we go. And the outcome for the end of January, just know a nice way to put this is the Nine of Swords. Okay, so there could be some sleepless nights towards the end of the month. Perhaps something will be left unresolved. Perhaps there'll be feelings of resentment, perhaps feeling of unfairness, and we'll clarify those anyway. Okay, so looking like it could be a pretty challenging month for you, Virgo, as far as starting the new year goes. So look, you're starting off with a pretty strong feeling of independence, okay, and there is some justice, perhaps some legal issues coming involved somewhere, okay, and you have the Queen of Wands in your conscious goal. So what is this Queen of Wands energy about? What's the Queen of Wands energy about here for Virgo? Okay, you had the Seven of Swords, and so perhaps there has been some deception somewhere, something around the Queen of Wands here. There's been some kind of deception. If it's not deception, it's someone's not taking responsibility for a decision they've made or something they've done. Or again, if it's not that, it could just be that something hasn't worked out as planned. So there could be some delays or something. But I'm feeling that there's some kind of deception there, someone trying to get away with something that they probably best not, they don't want to tell you about, or if it's not that they might not be lying, but they might not be telling you the whole story. Okay, what might this deception be about? So why is the Seven of Swords here? Please clarify the Seven of Swords here for the Queen of Wands. Okay, and we have the Three of Pentacles. Okay, the Three of Pentacles can talk about a third-party situation. Okay, so there could be some, I don't usually like to talk about cheating, but these cards would seem to say that there's been some cheating or infidelity in a relationship, or if it's a work matter, there could have been some deception at work. Okay, so perhaps there's someone either not doing their job or avoiding responsibility in their job. Okay, and there may be collusion in this, so there may be more than one person involved. So that's not a very comfortable energy, Virgo. So we have the Eight of Pentacles here. What have you been working on, Virgo? Well, first of all, let's talk about this Tower moment. Sorry about that. We'll talk about the Tower moment in the unknown influence. What is the Tower moment here in the unknown influence? What is the Tower moment here? What is the Tower here for Virgo? And you have here the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so whatever this Tower is, whatever's been brought down, there's a message about a new opportunity in business. Okay, so it's either a message has come from a younger person which has brought about a Tower moment, or after the Tower moment there will be a new financial opportunity probably. So it could be either or. So it could be this message causing this Tower moment, okay, or it could be this way around, where the Tower moment and then a new opportunity, a new message of a new business opportunity. Usually business comes because of that, okay? Or if it's about a relationship, then perhaps you'll receive news about something to do with a relationship, and that will bring it down, okay? Or have a chance to bring it down. Okay, let's have a look at the Queen of Swords. What's the message of this Queen of Swords here? What might the Queen of Swords have to say in the future influence position? So in the future, near future, Queen of Swords is here. Please clarify the Queen of Swords. Please clarify the Queen of Swords here for Virgo. And we have the Knight of Swords. Okay, so the Queen of Swords clarified by the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords usually is a straightforward person, brings a message, very much like the Queen of Swords actually, except the Queen of Swords is more about like telling you like it is. The Knight of Swords is quite often brings you a message of, it's usually a serious kind of a message about something. It's usually straightforward. Again, it could be a little bit cold somehow. It can be quite quick, so it comes in, it'll just go whoosh, and that sword will have the effect, that message will have the effect of creating some kind of a decision, as though it can help you cut the cord to something. If you've been thinking about cutting a cord or tying one together, this will, the Knight of Swords energy will help you out there as far as that goes. But again, it's quite often not pleasant news. Same as the Queen of Swords, it's not normally pleasant news, but it allows clarity. Okay. Now, at the moment, your talents, you have the Ten of Cups, which means you are really good at creating a happy home. So whatever's going on around you here, it's not really your fault. Okay, so if the Tower moment, the hard work, the deception, none of that is down to you. Okay, because you've demonstrated time and again your skills there in making a happy home. Let's have a look at the Ten of Swords. What is this Ten of Swords about in your environment? This is quite telling here. It's quite an unpleasant card. Again, sense of betrayal, harsh words spoken, whether they're true or not. Lots of swords here. I've got Seven of Swords. We've got the Queen of Swords, the Knight of Swords. We've got the Ten of Swords, the Nine of Swords at the end. Oh, lots of swords here, Virgo. Let's have a look. Why is the Ten of Swords here for Virgo? There we go. This one's come out. There we go. Wheel of Fortune. So whatever happens with this Ten of Swords, it's going to bring about some change, some unexpected change, and usually it's a positive change. Okay, so whatever these words were spoken, or whatever this sense of betrayal is, there's going to be some positive movement, some forward movement coming from them. So if you were feeling that things were maybe a little bit stuck and you were flogging, like working away at a dead issue for a while, then this Ten of Swords, whatever the horrible words were or the betrayal was, it's going to give some kind of clarity that things can move forward and the wheel can start to turn again. But it looks like it might not be very pleasant. And then we have the Devil card here. Please clarify the Devil. Why is the shadow side card here for Virgo and the hopes and fears? Okay, and we have here Six of Swords. Okay, so there's a codependent situation here. Someone's worried about someone moving on. Okay, so it's either someone's worried about someone moving away or someone wants them to move away. You'll know what that is, Virgo. Again, if you've been working at something which has just got this skull on it, it might be working at something that's not worth it. Along comes this, if it's based on this codependence here, then, now the Nine of Cups came out. That was the next card for the Nine of Swords, to clarify the Nine of Swords, but that wasn't really part of I'll shuffle that back in. So it's looking like there was some pretty harsh news. There's a sense of codependence here which needs to be broken. And the Nine of Swords. Why is the Nine of Swords here for the outcome for January for Virgo? And we have here the Chariot. So the Chariot is another card it's a card of moving forward. It's a card of victory in a sense, but it's a card of just getting your stuff together and going. So it's about taking control of things. And so we have the Nine of Swords here. I'm feeling that once you've hit the rock bottom there with the Ten of Swords and Nine of Swords, some sleepless nights, then the Chariot, you're just going to have to snap out of it. And so it'll be like life will continue, and it'll continue in a fast way. So the Chariot doesn't muck around. The Chariot goes basically full steam ahead based on willpower and gets the job done. So you've got that ability, Virgo, to overcome whatever this sense of betrayal is here, or whatever this mess was, all these cutting words and everything, and moving forward. That's what you do best. But there might just be some sleepless nights in there. So look, it doesn't look like a very pleasant reading, Virgo. But look, Happy New Year to you. Again, these energies here are, a lot of it's not really to do with what you can control. You can control your ability to create this, and isn't that really the main goal of everything? This Ten of Cups, and because you're the master at this, all of this other stuff is really not that important in the grand scheme of things. Because we've got the Tower here, lots of things come down all the time, and that makes way for new things to come up, and you are fantastic at building. So perhaps it's not such a pessimistic read, but I'm going to give that to you anyway. I could have reshuffled and tried something else, but that's the cards that came out, and that's the reading I got for them. So look, please comment and let me know how that's resonated for you, Virgo, and I hope to talk to you in a couple of weeks.